Hey and welcome to my video. My name is Nina and today we are decorating a cozy cottage for my island representative. This will be the last speed build you are going to be seeing on this iteration of my island drops, so keep your eyes peeled for the final island tour, as this is the last build that I will be doing on this island. After this one it will be finished. So yeah, I'm very excited to share with you guys what I have been up to the last couple of months. This is the area we are going to be working in. I have my secret beach behind my house, and to the left side we have a kind of flower meadow where I also put some springy ride-on horses to emulate some horses of my own, kind of, that will be grazing right next to my house. So yeah, let's get started. Now I'm starting off with my usual digging up holes to see where I can fit my trees. I love foresty areas, as you can probably tell if you have watched some of my videos. So I also wanted to create a little foresty walkway that leads up to this little cottage, as this is supposed to represent kind of my dream ideal home if I was ever able to build a house of my own. I kind of wanted to have it border this little lake and a forest, and we also have that little flower meadow that I mentioned a minute ago. So I really have the best of all the worlds. I'm trying to alternate between stunted trees and also tree types. So I use hardwood and cedar trees, and I use many different sizes to just give it a more natural feel and create height variation, and yeah, just try to make it visually very interesting. And now that I'm happy with my tree placement, I am starting to go ahead to plant some bushes and also start adding in some items. So right here next to the lake, I wanted to have a little seating area where I could come and read or draw. And yeah, I just wanted it to feel very cozy and kind of separated slightly from the main part of the kind of front yard of my house. So I created this little area that is kind of enclosed by trees and the cliff to the right side. So yeah, that's just sectioned off and very cozy, because I don't love sitting with my back exposed to an open space. So yeah, I just tucked this little space away and kept it very natural so that it feels like you're sitting in a forest, kind of. And then I just continue on with placing some flowers and weeds, as I always do. Compared to my other speed builds, this one is going to be a bit longer. I think it will be around 18 minutes again as my first videos. The last couple of videos were a bit shorter, as those were kind of smaller builds, but this one I wanted to really pay attention to detail. I mean, I always do that, but this is supposed to be my ideal home, so I wanted to make it look extra cozy, homey and lived in. So I think adding a certain amount of detail is just a given when it comes to, yeah, making things look cozy and lived in. There would obviously be some things lying around somewhere, and yeah. Right next to this little staircase that leads to Maple's apiary, I just put some barrels and a couple of like storage looking items. So I also added this little stack of Zen cushions that I customized to look like seed bags, which I think many people use the same code as mine, but I always include, I think for my last couple of videos, I put together all the codes that I used on my island. Those are the final codes that I have been using on my island when I do the final tour. So all of the codes that I use are always in the description box down below if you would like to go ahead and download some of those amazing creators' codes that I have used. I have used many books on my island, which I would love to be the type of person who like reads a lot, but I'm actually not. I'm more of a artistic person, so if I need to kind of relax and slow down, like regarding my thoughts, I don't know if that makes sense to you, but my thoughts can get very overwhelming and just circle around my head over and over again. And if I need to kind of distract myself and relax and just take time for myself, I like to draw and not read. But there aren't many cute looking drawing items, so I opted for those stack of books because they could also be seen as little sketchbooks maybe that I use, and those open books could also be sketchbooks. But anyways, there are many places on drops where you can just plop down and read a book or draw if you'd like. Those are just a theme on my island alongside many cozy items, so I also wanted to include those in here. And next to my house, I created this little laundry area, and also I will be adding a clothing line onto the cliff behind my house right now, just to carry the design across the entire area and kind of balance it, so it's not only on one side, but it's brought up to the left side as well, even though it's on the cliff, just to make it look very cohesive and have the designs flow into each other naturally. And then I also added some more flowers and weeds and custom designs. I added a little decoy duck. I wasn't happy with the first placement of my clothing line, but it will appear on this cliff later. I will fidget with it a bit more, and I also add some barrels and some decoy ducks to just add some more items on my cliffs, because I like to not only include bushes and trees and flowers on my cliffs, I like to have them feel lived in as well, so I try to use items on top of them as well. And here I am doing one of my favorite combinations of items if I have no idea what to do. I always like to layer sideways and just normal standing up barrels, because I think they fill spaces very well, and having them alternate in sideways and standing upright kind of looks very nice to me. And I just love doing that. I don't know why I had to explain it that well. And here you can see my final placement of the clothesline. now I continue working on my pathway by adding some more flowers, some more weeds, custom designs, and eventually even the custom pathing that I have been using. I love this version of the custom path. Even though it looks a bit springy to me, I think it just softens up the very fall colors of the trees and the grass. So I like how light it is compared to other versions of the path. So yeah, and I love how many flower details are around the corners of the path, of this version of the path. So I think it brings in the many flowers that I have been using on my island. Now to the left side, I wanted to have a little rocking chair underneath an apple tree. Now, I know that this apple tree does not have any apples on it now, but whenever I do the final tour, there will be apples on the apple tree, so you will see the actual finished product. And yeah, I just thought it would be cute to have this little tree and read underneath or draw. And then in front of my little seating area by the lake, I also added a teddy bear to make it feel even more cozy and fluffy even. Just having the teddy bear watch over my house and the little lake. And I wanted to place my mailbox not next to my house, but a bit further away so that it actually looks like a front yard kind of, and less like just a walkway. So yeah, I put that right next to the lake, and before you actually enter through the little fence pieces that I put kind of at the entrance of this little area. And then I continued on with the pathing again. This is a bit scattered, so I add some little details there and some here, and then yeah, I just went with the flow without much of a plan. So this, you can probably tell by this video, but I just wanted it to come to me naturally, just as I would decorate my actual house. So it is a bit all over the place, I know that, but I hope it's still watchable for you, and yeah. And I love this little apple, like dropped apple code that I found. I just think it looks very nice, and yeah, I have that scattered around my island in many places so that it just brings the theme of all the dropped apples that are on my island across any area. And now continuing the design on the last little part of this area, which is kind of leading into the horse flower meadow. I just wanted to add some natural items. I added a birdhouse and some fencing, just many flowers and just some pathing. I think that's basically it. Yeah, I just wanted to keep it natural. I will be working on the flower horse meadow off camera because it's basically just planting flowers and waiting for them to grow. But you will see the finished product in the end, so And now next to my house, I added this little yellow balloon, as I am very obsessed with balloons, and I think the yellow balloon just looks very nice against the darker customization of my house, and it just brings together the red that is kind of in the warmer wood tones and the warm toned shingles that my roof has. So I just wanted to include pops of yellow and pops of red everywhere a bit, so that it just feels very natural, but it also looks very balanced and yeah, intentional. And yeah, that kind of wraps up the build for today. I'm going to leave you now with a montage of the finished product. If you enjoyed this video, I would very much appreciate it if you like and subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you here, and definitely keep your eyes peeled for my next video, as this will be the final tour of my fall cozy island. So yeah, take care of yourself until next time, and bye bye.